So as we all know, Zenless Zone Zero just had its anniversary recently, and it's still going actually as I make this video. But I was like, let me decide to come back to this game. Let me at least check up on it. I didn't know if I wanted to play it or not. I didn't remember much about it because I dropped the game super quick. I dropped it by the time Zuyon, I don't know how to say her name, the goddamn, like I said, I always say it, I don't speak Asianese, the thick copper lady showed up. And I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try this game again. I was like, I like a game that is Gooner bait and it literally accepts it. It doesn't try to fight the allegations. It don't try to put bullshit characters in front of you like, oh, this character has super serious. No. No, you see the way the characters dress? You see the way the characters jiggle? Gooner bait. So I was like, let me boot up the game. Let me see what's going on. I see they gave you some good stuff for the anniversary. I was like, oh, I get to pick a free starting 5-star since the game fucked me over at the beginning with Necromata twice. Shit, let me pick somebody. And you get free W engine and you get a bunch of summons. Let me pull up. But I heard certain things about the game and I had to check it out for myself to see. Like the first change I really liked, I'll be honest. This is the reason I'm playing this game again. Because I wanted to just see what's going on. I probably would have dropped it if this didn't happen. But Zenless removing the TV mode, array mode, whatever it's called, when you're inside all the TVs, as like the bang boo or whatever, hated it. Like, at the beginning, it's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. I do like the idea of it a lot. It just felt like it was supposed to be an event more than an actual part of the gameplay. And I will always say, as annoying as it was to me, as much as I hated that mode, I know it's still in the game somewhere, I'm pretty sure. But what I really don't like about it, I don't like it being part of gameplay, but I do think it's a big part of the game's identity. So it feels weird for it to just be kind of gone for the most part. But they did a really good job of incorporating it into the other modes. Like the Hollow Zero is literally just a better version of it to me. So I'm cool with that. I don't miss it, but I do think it's important to try to find a happy balance of using it to some degree in the story. Maybe way later on, they can bring it back. Or if it is still available, just let me know in the comments. But I'm still new to this game again. I came back after I've only been back for like a week. Next, I'm even gonna go into the Hollow Zero. Like, there's no reason to really talk about Hollow Zero as a mode because it's pretty much the TV mode, but better, so I'm not gonna go into the Hollow Zero. Overall, it's basically a roguelike too. One thing I will say is the devs putting the fuck on the effort for the Hollow Zero. Them adding special attacks for characters that can't be used outside of it. I'm like, that's a lot of effort for one mode where you can't use these attacks in the base game because the gear are the only thing that allows it. I love that shit. And you get to try out all these characters pretty geared up that you don't have. And you get so much polychrome, whatever it's called, the currency from it. I was like, okay, they've cooked with that mode. Hollow Zero was great. Yep, this is another one. This is a small one for a lot of people, but I like this one. Since it's not an open world game, it's so easier to navigate shit. Like in some games, you gotta travel to a certain area and get as close as possible as you can. And then you gotta fly there if it's Wuwa. If it's Genshin, you gotta use your feet because they refuse to give you a second form of transportation. Unless you got Sayu or some shit, or you're in Natlan with a Natlan character. If you got Kachina, rest in peace, you better figure it out with somebody else, shit. But either way, I like that the world is so small and there's just small little hub areas. So it's so easy to get around and remember what's where. And then the quick nav obviously makes it even easier. Next, I'm not gonna lie, best characters in the Mihoyo games, my opinion at least. Now, I'm not talking about their character in terms of what they do in the story. I am not paying attention to this game's goddamn story like I did. I stopped paying attention to Genshin's story in Honkai. I don't like listening to Gacha game story. Fate burned me. There's a few times it's an exception. If I see something that looks interesting enough, I'll pay attention, but on average, I don't. But the characters are actually really well designed. The guys, there's not many of them, but the guys are almost all cool. I love Billy. Lighter, I don't like using him from the little bit I get to try him, but Lighter is a badass looking dude. I love his design. Anton looks sick, but I know what y'all are here for, bruh. I know you're here for it. It's great that this game can be played with one hand, bro. It's so easy to play this game with one hand, especially because the attacks are just kind of home in from far as fuck to hit people. Because, boy, you gotta beat your dick to the white meat if you're playing this game, bro. Because, my God, bruh, gonna beat your head so hard. Let me stop playing. But the girls in this game are such goddamn baddies. They overdid it, bro. Like, obviously, we got Nicole, we got Juyeon, we got goddamn Yijuan, the new chick that just came out. We got Yanagi. There is so many of them. For the people that care, I guess, if they really like her like that, they got Ellen. Ellen's just kind of chill to me. It's like right in the middle. But they got a lot of baddies. Of course, Genshin has theirs. But Genshin bitches look basic. Nicole's out here flaunting what she got, bro. She's showing off her mama gave her. You know, in Genshin, they try to like hide it. Like, even Lisa. We know Lisa's a town hoe of Mondstadt. But we can't say that she's a town hoe of Mondstadt. Because Genshin trying to be, you know, Genshin is the most kid-friendly, I would say, of the Mihoyo game. So, you know, we can't show that, bro. The tuning system is simple, but it's really good. I like the idea of just being able to... Actually, I think they have this in Genshin. I don't know if it's the same, but I like the idea of picking whatever we can what are they called? Drive disc, I think they're called. You being able to pick what drive disc you want, whatever set, and just generate them pretty much in an RNG rate. But you can pick which slot you want. And then if you want to, if you have the item, you can pick the main stat. Such a good thing, bro. I love it. But this is probably the biggest thing for me. Not in general, but when it comes to the things that affect the gameplay more. The Victoria's, I think they call that Victoria housekeeping coupons, are one of the best things. These need to be in every Gacha game, bro. At least with this bullshit ass artifact style system they all have. I hate this system, but this makes it a little better. All this coupon does is if you use one, or however many you decide to use, it just automatically does the run for you. You don't have to watch it play. You don't have to do anything. It's not like Honkai where you watch it autoplay or anything like that. It literally just gives you the rewards instantly without having to see the animations or anything. You can't buy them out the shop or anything from what I know. You literally can only get them from, I think, Hollow Zero. You only hold 10 at a time. I'm like, bro, please. I don't think I would buy these things. I'd have to get them from other places, but please, no, hook me up. Like, put them in the battle pass. Like, take away the Denny. Me personally. Take the Denny away from the last 10 levels. Like, the extra stuff, basically. Just give me the gold freaking tuning stuff. And give me the Victoria cleaning card. Or Victoria housekeeping coupon. This is gonna be probably a controversial one. Like, I could turn my brain off and play this game. Like I said about the whole one-handed joke, I'd literally be chilling with one hand, just kicking back, relaxing, talking to my friends while playing this shit. Like, of course there's times I have to kind of lock in, but for the most part, I don't have to think that much. As long as I can dodge, attack, and tag, for the most part, you're kind of good. It's not much to worry about. I like the idea of it. I like the sound effects. I hated this game in the beginning because every character felt the same with how fast things was. But my Unk eyes is finally caught up. My Unk Sharingan is here. My Unk Byakugan, you know what I'm saying? I can actually see what's going on now. And once I understood like what's happening, seeing the animations fully, I'm like, you know what? This game's pretty fucking sick when you really get into it. This is probably the flashiest overall Gacha games. But what I do wish they did is they had better supers. Like, most of these supers, honestly, not counting the 4 stars, obviously the 5 stars, all the supers, in my opinion, just look the same. They're all just freaking, well, they don't look the same, but they're all just big AoEs. It don't feel like there's really a super meant for one person. Like, I would think they're being made a super by now that's like specifically meant for bosses. Like, make a character who has a super is meant for bosses, not just for a big ass wide AoE. It targets one person. I guess it'll be hard to do that with this game's mechanic though. With this game's mechanics and how fast things are. But honestly, all of this combined, all of these changes I've just listed combined are all these things that some of them are just things I've noticed over time that I didn't think about before. And some of them are straight up new changes. And all of that combined made me, when I started playing the game, outside of just coming back to the anniversary stuff, I was like, you know, I enjoy this fucking game. I like this shit more than Genshin. I know that because I stopped playing Genshin when Sumeru was a fucking nightmare. I hated trying to get through that shit. It took me over a year because of how bored I was. And I don't know what happens after Sumeru, so no, I can't judge that stuff. But I was so sick of Genshin, and I completely dropped that game. I will be dropping a Genshin video soon, but that's for the reason for something I'm actually interested in. But other than that, I don't really have anything else to say about Zenless. Expect to see some Zenless videos up from time to time, most likely just discussions and stuff like that. There is another thing I want to talk about, but I'm going to save that for a different time. Make sure to keep your eye out for the Genshin video when that does drop, if you care about Genshin. Because I want to know what y'all think about that subject once I drop it, which should be in a few days. But that's going to be it from me. Thank y'all for watching this video. What do you guys think of Zenless? Are you hyped for the summer event? All that other good stuff? Who you picking, Yuzuha or Alice? But that's going to be it for me, True Kingston, and I'm out.